and this is Esplanade Drive, and this more or less is the home stretch for the runners. They will be going up this road, which is another 600 to 800 meters before making the right turn onto the Anderson Bridge, and then it's off to the Padang, St. Andrews Road, and the Padang for the finish. And the men right now know this, and they're making a last-ditch effort on Esplanade Drive right now. And looks like Leland is getting just ahead of Luc Quebet right now.
Well, this is interesting for me because, as you said, you know, this road they'll now know. They've been staying in the hotel downtown. They've probably walked this bit. This is the last few hundred meters. They've been trying to get themselves to know when to make my move, when do I kick. And when they come off on this bridge, a little bit downhill, there's a very tight right-hand turn. And then they come across, it's the Armstrong Bridge, I think, and then
Anderson Bridge,
the Anderson Bridge, excuse me, the Anderson Bridge, and then they'll have about 300 meters to go. But this turn, if it were me, I'd be thinking, if I get this right, if I'm in the right position here, this is a very tight 90-degree right-hand turn. And at the pace they're running now, they're now running more track pace. They're running 10,000-meter track pace, not marathon pace here. And you just got to be careful. And you can see Barmau is struggling. This injection of pace from Quebet, he's struggling now, but Leland is still there, the man who knows how to win races. He is hanging on to Quebet. And look at Quebet, they're hugging the rail, and here we go, here's the turn. Oh, and that marshal shouldn't be there, that's crazy. And all of a sudden, it's down to two. Barmau can't stay with it, it's down to these two now.
And so it's between Luc Quebet and Kennedy Kiptu Leland right now as the two men, neither one of them giving an inch this late into the race. And there has to be a sprint to the finish here.
Well, look at these two stride for stride. It's been 26 miles of cat and mouse, very slow early on. The pace, but not what they would expect, not that they'd be comfortable with. Quebet come into this, not much confidence, not even able to finish in the top 10. Now look at that, they've just have gone on the wrong side. Now I walked around there yesterday, and that is, oh, that's terrible. Oh, well, they're still together. If he'd lost the race there, now Quebet has lost valuable ground. He took a right turn there. That's where the 10K is happening later. They should have just carried on straight on. You normally have a line to follow that the leaders can do that. And this is the turn into the home straight now. They're still not pushing on. Leland is looking. He's waiting to see the finish line. Can he sense it? Has he got more pace in his legs? 150 meters to go. Surely they can see that sign. Surely the sprint is going to start. Quebet looks behind. He gives it up. He knows he's got nothing else to give. It's going to be the man who knows how to win marathons. He's won big races before, but none as big as this. Kennedy Leland striding out. That big, strong stride of his is going to carry him to victory in the Singapore Marathon. 2:17.19 is winning time. The former winner has to settle for second place. Good performance from him to come back and come second here. Barmau takes third, and then a very tired Kenneth Mungara. And again, another former winner, Mungara in fourth, and then in fifth place. It looks as though Kipragut's effort has meant that he's faded badly. And Charles Camiero will come through, the man who won last year, and he will finish in fifth place. A good performance from him as well, considering he hasn't raced at all in 2012. Well, Uday, you're never sure it's going to come to sprint, but I think that your Quebet going off course, that couldn't have helped him. That's really something which I'm not sure would have affected the result. It looked to me as though Leland had the best finish anyway, but it couldn't have helped Quebet. You had to work hard to get back to him. And when you've made one effort, to ask for another effort again, that's tough.
Especially at this point of the race where they're completely concentrating on the sprint finish. I know it sounds silly to say in a marathon there's a sprint finish, but the mentality of these runners towards the end of this race is completely focused on those last few hundred meters of the race, and something as distracting as that can throw a runner off. But as you said, Steve, Leland looked very strong at the finish, and you predicted it before the race started that this runner, Kennedy Leland, was the man. If there was going to be not an outsider, but if there was somebody not in the elite top 10 that was going to win the race, it would have been Kennedy Lalonde.
Well, his performances in Bali and Kuala Lumpur suggest that, you know, these conditions aren't going to worry him. So I think that's a big, big factor. And the fact that he wasn't invited in the elite race was just seeing Amos Martin, who's actually one of the veteran runners, sprinting to try and catch Kipragut. He's very, very tired. Has a little look behind. I don't know if he'll find anything. Look at that. Amos Martin might just about catch him. We'll let the judges say
that was very exciting for a fifth place finish, sixth place finish.
Well, there he is, the man we've been talking about, Kennedy Lalonde, the winner of the Standard Chartered Marathon Singapore 2012. It was a patient, strong performance. He had enough pace at the end, and that's his third win of the year. It's been a big, big year for him, and I suggest perhaps that's the biggest prize, the biggest race that he's ever won. Hard work in these conditions always is. Time is irrelevant. It's about winning on the day, and he did it in fine style.
And of course, winning is the most important thing, and to the winner goes the spoils of $50,000 US, and obviously he's going to be, he doesn't show it right now, but he is a very happy man indeed.
Well, there's the winner of the men's. What about the women's race? How's that progressing? Last year, or the last 2 years, it's been Irene Kosgei who has prevailed. Came here as the big favourite, and there she is in the blue, but alongside her, Philomena Church. Church came here, I mentioned earlier on, with some really sparkling half-marathon form. Last month, she ran 71:15. Winning in back home in Kenya, and if you're running those sort of times in Kenya, you know that's a good half marathon time. And Elizabeth Rumakol is joining those two as well. So a little bit more running left to do to find out who the winner is going to be, but we do know who the winner of the men's race was. It was Kennedy Lalonde.
Congratulations, a job well done, Lila. Now, how do you feel about your race?
I feel okay now. The problem is the water is no water station. There are people with no drink, the water, the bottle is no water. So sometimes we left the water. So the problem, maybe she tell me maybe so organizer for water, she tell me no, the problem is water. So maybe next year we organize the water. So the race is good. The weather is no problem. It's okay.
Very impressive. Very impressive. Congratulations again. Will you join the race again next year?
Yeah, I'm going to next year because I'm champion. I'm defending champion next year. So maybe next year I'm winning. Yeah, nobody here is no beat me.
Congratulations. A job well done once again. Congratulations, Lilin.
He's not a happy lad, is he? Despite having won,
he's not having enough water, but it didn't seem to hamper his progress in this race, or you know, with hamper him taking the first place prize money.
Well, look at this. These are two. You know, considering they're not running very, very fast in terms of the overall pace, they look very tired to me. You know, and in contrast to the men, they're going uphill now. They're coming back over towards the city, but these two look as though they're beginning to have it between them. Romakol looks very tired as they get onto the hill. So Irene Kosgei working hard, trying to hang on to Cheyech, who's putting her foot down, trying to win it a couple of kilometers out. Well, these guys had the luxury of getting up a little bit later, not having to get up for a 5 a.m. start. And of course, for many people, even running a 10K is enough of a challenge. It's good to see so many people out on the streets, though. So, Ude, as you mentioned, the 53,000 people, this 10K very much part of the day. And they'll finish in the same place. They'll finish in the same finishing straight. And so for the next few hours or so, we'll have marathon runners, half marathon runners, and 10K runners all coming up the finish together.
And one of the highlights, of course, of the 10K run this year is the participation of the oldest marathoner in the world, coming in at 101 years old, is Pooja Singh. He has been running marathons for a while now, but this year he's decided to run the 10K here in the Standard Chartered Marathon Singapore. He's running it for the Sports Cares Foundation, and he's been here a couple of times. He's running this year with his son Sukhinder Singh, who's 53 years old, and 4 other runners in their running group, and they're called Sikhs in the City. So just keep a lookout for him. There are not many centenarians running nowadays at all, and you will find only one running in this 10K race here in Singapore.
Don't forget, there's also within the marathon people running sort of 5K and 10K in the relay event, the Ekiden relay as well. It doesn't matter, you know, you're part of a big day today, whether you're running a 5K leg in the Ekiden, if you're running the 10K, or of course the half marathon. Not everybody, of course, can contest the 42 mile. 42 it would be hard if it was 42 miles, 42 kilometer event.
I'm at Esplanade Drive right now, and with me is the CEO of Standard Chartered Bank. That's Mr. Ray Ferguson. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ferguson.
We're here this morning.
All right, so Standard Chartered Bank is closely associated with sports. Why is that?
Well, I think sports really resonates with our brand, a great opportunity for us to bring our communities together, bring our employees together, work with customers, and today's a great example of one of the big sports things that we're doing.
That's fantastic. Now, Standard Chartered Bank has been the title sponsor of the marathon since 2002. So what do you hope to achieve at this year's marathon?
Well, as I say, this is the 10th year, and we have another great event running from the 3 different start points around Singapore and all coming back here to the Padang. This is a great opportunity for the public here to get out, whether you're doing a 10K or half marathon or the full deal, to get out and participate. And for us at Standard Chartered, just a really important part of what we are in this community.
I think you're doing a fantastic job. Now, what do you think about this marathon this year, and what are you particularly proud of?
Well, we're really proud of, again, we've got the three great start points, being up at Orchard Road earlier this morning at 5 o'clock and watching the Christmas lights, and my colleagues over at Resorts World and on Sentosa and over here, just fantastic atmosphere.
I think it's fantastic as well. Thank you so much for joining us.